What is a vehicle in the zombie apocalypse that is overlooked? School buses and armored cars. Op's mother. Everyone can take a turn riding her around the neighborhood. An aardvark mine-clearing vehicle. 3-meter wide flail with 72 chains with a couple options for the end of the chains. Spins at 300 RPM and would turn everything in its path to a fine mist. Man, if you could find one of those and a decent supply of diesel, literally nothing could stop you. I was thinking a combine or other farm vehicle like that, but they would eventually get jammed up from the body parts. Not the aardvark though. The speed of the flails and the sheer power they produce would just puree anything. You could even use it as a brush clearer in a pinch. Besides that, they are ride-proof essentially. So you would be safe from people as well. Great answer. Helicopter, canoe. Reliable, able to navigate lakes, rivers and streams. If you have a good anchor line, you can sleep offshore. They make folding canoes, so you could totally pull it around with your bike and cart. The simple bike. It's faster than walking or running. It doesn't require gas or electricity. It requires less maintenance. It's very easy to start going. Finally, in a life or death situation your ride won't stall. Blimp, useful for search and rescue ops, drop a rope down. Only problem is refueling would be tough, but while functioning it would be amazing. A blimp or zeppelin, you can stay afloat for weeks, travel over land and water, and have enough storage for things such as land vehicles, plenty of supplies, and room for people. Only downside is that most commercial blimps have to come down at some point to be maintained, but chances are you can find a relatively safe place to do so. Oh man, now I'm going to be suspicious of anyone who starts a modern rigid airship company. They might know something is happening before it does. Boats. Survive on an old private island, my dude. Just take your damn boat. Plus any diesel power, since the gas for those will probably be easier to find. The problem is, unless your island is self-sustaining, you're going to be doing supply runs way too often. And that means going to shore. 40% of the US population live on or near the shore. Globally 2.4 billion people live within 60 miles of oceanic coasts. That's a ton of Zeds to get through every time you need supplies. A razor scooter. Now hear me out. 1. You're definitely faster than walking speed without needing to exert much effort. 2. It's easily carried when you reach stairs or terrain that can't be scooted in. 3. It doubles as one of the most deadly weapons in history. One swing and either that zombie or you is dead. 4. Your sketches can light up when you kick to speed up, making you perfect zombie bait. 5. No gas needed. 6. No complex parts that break down. 7. Environmentally friendly. 8. You can do sick tricks and grinds. You can also use it as a torture weapon if you find any bad humans. Just get them, flick it and annihilate their shins. Skateboards. You can pick it up and use it as a melee weapon, you just have to aim for the neck or the head. Then once you stun or kill the zombie, you use the skateboard to get away. I'm not sure if you'd consider a horse a vehicle, but a horse would definitely be a great way to move around. Especially if you pick the right horse. They can travel big distances for days on end. Some breeds don't require that much food, and it's not food you would be eating anyways. They will know long before you do if someone or something is nearby and is a potential danger. They're almost certainly faster than a zombie, and they're great company. TWD Season 1 did this. The comics did this too. They end up breeding horses once they get a settlement established. Totally a middle-sized yacht, 33 foot with a fishing line, and you are sorted. If you leave a line out when sailing about, you get a fish with no effort. The small kids' electric vehicles found at Walmart. The Batmobile could handle a zombie apocalypse. Any vehicle as long as you add lube on the surface. Hear me out, vehicles with spikes or cool other stuff that makes it tanky or destructive are very cool, but eventually zombie corpses get stuck and provide a surface for other zombies to grab onto. Eventually they will overwhelm in numbers and get in the vehicle, transforming you into a zombie. But If you have lube, they will always slide off the surface, and even if somehow you get zombie clogged, the lube on the corpse will still make it virtually impossible for other zombies to grab. Bonus, oil is expensive and dangerous when hot or fire. Lube however is cheap, and you can be sure almost every households have a bottle giving you a vast supply of it. Also can be used for sex with whoever you have in your team. Damn, that's a good one. Hatchback, fuel efficiency and space. Hot air balloon. You could get them right underneath you, dump gas on them, drop ballast, and light them on fire when you're out of range. A fancy carriage hitched to a team of zombies. Those massive dump trucks that have wheels so big humans can stand inside the well. I'd love to drive one of those fuckers through a swarm of zombies. 33 gallons per mile. My old 1970s F9000 with an all-mechanical Detroit in it that needs zero power to run. They were famous in their time for getting bumped when parked, and driving away engines would run forward or backwards, and had warning labels all over to lock out the fuel systems. All I have to do is get the brakes off and pull start it, and away we go. Travel by foot or bicycle would be best in a zombie apocalypse. Reduces the chance that a zombie could detect you by sound to almost zero. Motorized scooters might be another good choice in a zombie apocalypse. Bicycles when we're deep into the zombie apocalypse, and fuel is hard to come by, you can probably still outrun, outpedal, an undead creature. I have always thought this. You won't run out of gas. They can go almost anywhere. Easy to maintain. And probably really easy to find. Plus you could pull one of those stroller things behind it full of supplies. Walking Dead maybe, but World War Z, or 28 Weeks Later? Those fuckers run. Corolla. Sailboat, no fuel needed. Came here to say this, also zombies don't swim so. Max Brooks' books alluded to zombies wandering underwater. Snowmobiles or husky dog sleds. Zombies wouldn't be able to do shit in a tundra. You always see some semi-truck covered in armor and barbed wire. But that's just more stuff for zombies to grab onto. What you really need is a lubed-up Volkswagen Beetle. Spaceship, best answer. Who wants to stay on Earth in a zombie apocalypse? Probably a light ship, lighthouse, or a landing craft with guns. Thing is, sailboats are nice, but you do need fuel for the generators and have some knowledge of sailing boats. They also don't carry much potable water. Light ships can wait at anchor for weeks. You have many vantage points for fuel runs, or if you can figure it out, build a desalination plant. Landing crafts may require diesel, but they can land on islands and beaches, easy to fuel, carry plenty of water, and yes, you can easily protect yourself from outside intruders. Because watertight doors and hatches can be locked. Downside, you need to learn some basic engineering to survive, as well as other things. Any sort of Land Cruiser, 80 series, 35s, couple of inch lift. More than big enough to run M over and shit. Can sleep in the back even when you're 6. Sunroof for rooftop access. If you're in Australia, there is a never-ending supply of parts.